Good morning, everybody. Please take a deep breath. Exhale all your attention. And inhale with all the blessings of the Buddha. And heal our mind and body. And exhale. And then inhale with the bodhicittas of all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. And permeate with our body and mind. And exhale all our delusions. Okay. So with this mind, say today I will study the precious teaching of the Jewel Ornament of Liberation to attain complete Buddhahood for the benefit of all sentient beings. Now, so far, these last few days, we have been going through these precious texts roughly, not so detailed, and basically we got some idea what is Buddha's teaching is about, and the purpose of our study and practice the Buddha's teaching. Say about the potential, how much we have, the Buddha nature, and the condition or the basis working precious human life, how much potential it has, how much it can do to free from all the sufferings. At the same time, all the phenomena, including this human life, are so impermanent, fragile. Just see that nature, and then look at the suffering of samsara. There's no kind of say absolute happiness in the samsara. Everything is transitory nature, and these all changings are taking place by the causes and conditions that we have created. Just reflect on this. And then when we come to the love and compassion, it is not just me wants peace and happiness. It's not just only me who wants to free from suffering. Instead, every sentient beings, those who breathe, those who have consciousness, they all desire for peace and happiness. They all desire to free from suffering. And how much we depend on them and how much they depend on us, so we are in all the same boat. So it's being selfish doesn't help us to free from all the suffering. So we practice this love and compassion as a special remedy, for self, peace, happiness. After being cultivated such mind, then to achieve total peace, happiness, and to free from all the suffering is the only Buddhahood, the complete enlightenment. To attain that state, just we reflect, see, needs many causes and conditions. We need a complete cause a complete condition. No? So this precious book designed so carefully, skillfully, in a complete way. So starting from this foundation, taking refuge. So the taking refuge is our understanding is very important. In the samsara, up until now, we are in the state of confusion. The confusion is the root cause, is the ignorance. Because of this ignorance, all the mental afflictions, klesha, is there. No? So because this confusion and mental afflictions, we took refuge in the confusion instead of Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. This is first very clearly look at the picture. We took refuge in the confusion and mental afflictions, all the mental delusions. We took refuge in them. And we being a very good service for them. Whatever they say, like desire, attachment, like anger, pride, jealousy, whatever they say, we follow them. We are very obedient to this. As a matter of fact, we have been being enslaved by them. When the desire says something, say you should do this, okay, I will do this. When the anger says something, you should do this, say these things, okay, I will do this. We're just following back and forth. And how much we are tortured in between. We are being restless, the samsara. And we have, no matter how much we obeyed what they say, whatever we are so kind of, reliable, being very reliable to these confusions, mental afflictions, how much comfort we got now, how much benefit we got now. Now are we free from suffering? Look at this nature, reality. Not as a Buddhist, as I mentioned many times, every sentient beings, every human beings. Look at this. Now, this is the time. We should wake up. I went through this. Now it is enough. Now I should try something different. So, Buddha's teaching is way how to wake up ourselves. And taught out of great compassion, out of great wisdom, by knowing everything, the causality of samsara and causality of the nirvana. How one can free from all the suffering. Like if we make Dhamma, if we make effort, work hard in the Dhamma study practice, as we do in the samsara's life, I think enlightenment is not so difficult. How much we sacrifice, not getting sleep, even though sometimes not eating food, drive here and there, back and forth, doing all things to please other, to please your friend. sacrificing your comfort. So look at this, and if we make effort to Dharma practice, I think the enlightenment is not so far. As the first chapter mentioned, samsara, nirvana is two sides of one hand. Just need to wake up, just need to know what it's about. Sometimes we want to have very easy answer for Dharma and working so hard for samsara. No, look at this, no. Samsara, Dharma practice, what's the easiest way to get? No, we don't want to sacrifice. Well, we are keeping the comfort of the samsara, and then we want to achieve enlightenment. It's not so practical, It's not so realistic, we should say, So look at this. So that's why how Buddha is so compassionate, full of wisdom, full of compassion. He didn't say you should worship me. He didn't say I'm important for you. But he said, just listen what I say. You understand what I say. You use your mental capacity, your mental power. You have the same potential that what I have achieved. See? So therefore we need to take refuge in the Buddha and the Dharma and the Sangha. See? This is what this book is trying to say. Giving us such a great opportunity. Therefore, we understand this. As mentioned, I repeatedly, Buddhism is not a religion to just believe, but Buddhism is the religion of the education, wisdom, understanding. So that's why it's study, in contemplate and practice. These three comes together. If we don't practice, then it's just education. Then we can say, oh, Buddhists believe this, Buddhist idea, this, But if we study and then contemplate and practice, that is not just a belief. It's the true kind of way how to free from suffering, to achieve total peace. So refuge is very important. As I mentioned, up until now we took refuge in the delusion, in the confusion. So now change our mind differently. See, that's what it means taking refuge. Not being a slave of Buddha. See. So then is how it describes how to cultivate bodhicitta step by step. Yesterday we couldn't go through all the details, but all the important points we went through, you see. So you get a good kind of map what bodhicitta is about and how to cultivate. So therefore this is very important. Once we have the bodhicitta, have cultivated bodhicitta, then there comes the training. Yesterday we went through the training of the aspiration bodhicitta. Now today we'll go through the training of the action bodhicitta. See? So first, very important to get what bodhicitta is. Because if we don't get the bodhicitta, if we don't have the bodhicitta, there's no basis to train. Now here, chapter 12, the perfection of generosity. So 6 subjects describe the details of the action bodhicitta. So the 6th chapter, from the 6th chapter, 6 subjects also. Then from this first one is practice of generosity. So in this practice, the summary, reflection on the faults and virtues, definition, classifications, characteristics of each classification, and then when you practice generosity, how to increase and how to perfect that and perfection, and then the result. These 7 comprise the perfection of generosity. So in these 7 topics will give us how to practice the generosity, and especially how to perfect that practice is. From this, the first one, reflection on the faults and virtues. Here faults means due to lack of the practice of generosity. Without having any practice of generosity, then what's the faults or what's the disadvantages there? And the virtue. And then when you practice that, the virtue, the benefit is there. So from this, the first one, the faults. Those who have not practiced generosity will always suffer from poverty and usually will be reborn as hungry ghosts or hungry spirits. Even if one is reborn as a human and so forth, they will suffer from poverty and a lack of necessity. The condensed reflection of Wisdom Sutra says, the miserly will be miserly, stingy, will be born in the hungry spirit realms. In case they are born in human, at that time they will suffer from poverty. The discourse on discipline says, the hungry ghost or spirit reply to Nawachawari. So Nawachawari is a merchant. So one time he just ended up in the village where there's so many hungry spirits, beings there. And he was overwhelmed seeing their nature. Just skin on the bone. So kind of awful state. And then he asked, where you are here? How you are reborn here? And they replied to him, by the power of stinginess, we did not practice any generosity in the human realm when we are as a human being. We didn't know how to practice generosity, and we didn't do that practice. So because of this, so we are here in the world of hungry spirits. This hungry spirits, preta, unlike animal, they have understanding, awareness. why they are born, you see. Yet their suffering is so much. There's no space in the mind to practice Dharma. So we are also looking in our mind. When we have so much mental kind of pain or physical pain, as yesterday was cautioned, then there's no space to reflect Dharma. Because our mind is overpowered by the pain, as we're ordinary person, you know. So they realize that, they know that, but they have no opportunity or no ability to practice Dharma. Without the practice of generosity, we cannot benefit others. Even we are practicing Dharma. And so, one cannot achieve enlightenment, Buddhahood. It is said, without the practice of generosity, one will have no wealth. So, without wealth, one cannot gather sentient beings, to say nothing of achieving enlightenment. So these are just few lines. Now, this disadvantage due to lack of practice of generosity. Now here said, on the other hand, one who practices generosity will have happiness through wealth in all his or her different lifetimes, this life, next life, other lifetimes. The condensed Perfection of Wisdom Sutra says, the generosity of Bodhisattva cuts off rebirth as a hungry spirit goes. Likewise, poverty and all the afflicting emotions are cut off. By acting well, one will achieve infinite wealth well in the Bodhisattva's life. Also, the letter to a friend says, Nagarjuna, one should practice generosity properly. There is no better relative than generosity. This means if we have practice of generosity, we created the cause. When the cause is there, and the condition will arise. So that's the much better relative friend than any other else. So rely on this relative, said. Engaging in the middle way, says this Madhyamaka Avatara by Chandrakirti. These beings desire happiness in the world, in the samsara. Everybody desire for happiness. And all human beings who are without wealth have no happiness. It's very clear, In the world, when there's no wealth, means when there's no food, no clothes, no shelter, there's no happiness. Very precise, clear. Knowing that wealth comes from generosity, Buddha spoke first of the practice of generosity. So this is a Buddhist, say, how to create wealth by practicing generosity. As other days we have some discussion on this, see. Instead of deceiving others, due to say greed and then corruptions, instead of all these things, be generous. Share. When you share what you have, and others will share what they have. See? And this is the joyous part. When you share joyfully to make others happy. See? When you do something good for others, and others will say, thank you. when they say thank you, then you feel good about that. See? And you say welcome. See? This is how to live the life, harmony, peace. No. If we're cheating others, no, then deceiving others, then others will resent. That person has cheated me. No. And then there's a lot of mental confusion, delusions, and there's no harmony, there's no peace. So how happiness can become? Even there's a lot of wealth, but a lot of resentment. No, there's no peace. See, sometimes the people say, Buddha don't talk about this, say how to do business. This is the how to do the business. To real bring peace, happiness in life, you see. That's what we need. Then after this, life will go on for next life. How much you have accumulated, mountains of wealth, you have to leave behind. Well, there's a lot of confusion, suffering, creating a lot of chaos in the society. So this, you get this wisdom, this is called wisdom, skill, and the compassion. In the society you can see there are some good leaders who has a skill, who has a wisdom, who has a compassion. That group, that society, they appreciate each other, they respect each other. There's a lot of love, compassion each other. There's a peace. Some other groups, when there's a lot of jealousy, and corruptions, how much confusion is there, suffering is there. Just see. So Buddhism, as I mentioned, is not just a religion, what you believe, what you say prayers, but it's a practical application. The Buddha gives us how to apply our life, in that, say, by depending on the causes and condition, bring peace, harmony. So how much joy is there? So you ourselves, just if other people not doing, if we just do, and we will have no regret. That's important. I'm doing this because the others do this. I'm corrupted because the others are corrupted. That's not a good reason. No. There's I'm suffering because the others are also suffering. No. See. Look at these things, the wisdom, the skill, understand the causality, then we really appreciate, rejoice. Here in the quotation, the Buddha spoke first of the practice of generosity. That means, you see, there are 6 perfections, as you see. So from these 6 perfection practices, so Buddha first spoke about the practice of generosity. Like when we go to retreat, we need first food. Without food, you cannot go to retreat. So get a place, and then gather some food, cloth. Then you start practice meditation. In the practice, it involves morality, shila, and patience, and then of course, perseverance, samadhi, meditative concentration, and wisdom awareness, prajna. So to do those rest of the practices, first we need the wealth, food, clothes, so forth. So for the need of the practice, then from this first Buddha spoke generosity. Then after that follows all the other practices. Then again, one who practices generosity can benefit others. With generosity, one can gather trainees, means practitioners. Trainees means those who need to be trained as the practitioners, and then establish them in the precious Dharma. Means there are some practitioners or devotees who don't have food, clothes. If you provide them food, clothes, place, and there are some individuals who wants to go to retreat and or study in the college, so forth. So this, then we can benefit to those individuals. It is said by the practice of generosity, one can fully mature sentient beings who are suffering. Again, it is easier for one who has practiced generosity to achieve unsurpassable enlightenment. The Bodhisattva basket says, for those who practice generosity, achievement of enlightenment is not difficult. The Cloud of Noble Jewel Sutra says, generosity is the enlightenment of the Bodhisattvas, the great Bodhisattvas who benefit sentient beings. First they supply all the necessary things, and then they make condition to go to study, college, and do meditation practices. That's what same Bodhisattvas can do. The next is that the householder Trakshulchen requested sutra. In that sutra, alternatively explains the virtues of generosity, means how much virtue, how much benefit is there when one practices the generosity, and faults of not giving, and how much disadvantage or how much faults is there not practicing generosity. So a thing which is given is yours. A thing means the wealth, that which is given to other is actually yours. You create the cause, so you will receive the result. Things or wealth left in the house are not yours, because it's just you actively possess them. So you leave behind, so it's not yours. A thing which is giving has essence. It has a real benefit. It will bring all the benefits that what you need. Things left in the house have no essence. There's no any essence. It's like a piece of rock. A thing, a wealth which has been given need not be protected. What things you have, if you give to others, it's yours, but no need to protect. Things kept in the house must be protected. So with the fear, a lot of those things in mind, then you have to protect them. A thing of wealth which is given is free from fear. If you give things to others, no fear. There's a joy. I could do these things. I'm so happy. Things kept in the house are with fear. The fear from the thief, fear from the robbers, fear to get a heavy tax. A thing which is given is closer to enlightenment. If you give with the bodhicitta, basically, no? If you give with the bodhicitta, it's closer to enlightenment. No? Things left in the house go in the direction of the maras, means mental maras. No? Fear, and then there's a lot of other people looking for your wealth. How I can get it at, when that person dies, I need to have that. So there's a lot of maras around, demons, So the practice of generosity will lead to vast wealth. It multiplies like your money is put in the bank. When you put your money in the bank, there's a lot of interest coming. You give, then it multiplies. See?
How much is the interest?
I think depends what kind of bank you have deposit.
Dharma Bank.
If you, no, not just Dharma Bank. If you deposit in the bank of the Dharma with bodhicitta, then it multiplies, endless, infinite. You will become a universal king. Yeah, beyond samsara. So now, left in them, the things left in the house do not bring much wealth because there's no interest, A thing, wealth, which is given will bring inexhaustible wealth. And things kept in the house are exhaustible, and so forth. See, that's how Buddha taught to do the Buddhist way business. See, So these are just I want to read because we are involved in so much practice of generosity. So see, we know how to do things wisely. Give things without expectation. Whatever you give, even $1 you give with the bodhicitta, freely, without expectation. See, if you give things without expectation, it's a very good policy. Because you have no any disappointment. If you give with expectation, I did this, now they should do something good for me. And if they don't do this for you, then you will be disappointed. So I did so much this thing, and now I'm getting nothing. Lot of disappointment. But if you do freely, no expectation what comes back, then it's such a joyous practice. Now the definition of the practice of generosity said, the definition of generosity is the practice of giving fully without attachment. Means no expectation. Fully means with the pure motivation, with the bodhicitta, mind with the bodhicitta, to attain complete Buddhahood for the benefit of sentient beings. So there's no expectation. No expectation, the result or the outcome. See? The Bodhisattva Bhumi says, a mind co-emergent with non-attachment, you see. Co-emergent means when you give things, you give with the mind, with some motivation. That's what's emerged within you. That emerging mind is no attachment, no expectation. With the motivation of fully giving things, whatever you give, wealth, skill, your time, you see. The next classification, generosity has 3 classifications: giving wealth, giving fearlessness, and giving dharma, teachings. Now, as I said, the practice of giving wealth will stabilize others' body. Giving fearlessness will stabilize others' life. And giving dharma stabilizes others' mind. Furthermore, the first 2 practice of generosity or generosity practice establish others' happiness in this life. Giving dharma establishes their happiness hereafter. See? So this is how beautifully classified, made a simple yet at the point. So giving, see, as a generosity practice, not just only wealth, money. There's so many ways to give things others. So here's first is giving wealth, and then giving fearlessness. So, like someone is taking by the river, by the flood, you protect from them. It's giving fearlessness. They fear to die. Also in the form of the fire, sometimes houses burn in the fire, and protecting from that. Giving fearlessness. Their fear of death. Or sometimes people are so sick, no medicine, no one support them, and they fear to die if you give medicine to relieve from the pain. And if you give like medicine, then giving both wealth and fearlessness, because you are giving medicine is the wealth, and then to protect from the death is giving fearlessness. See, look at this. Or someone doesn't know anything to do, showing your skill, sharing your wisdom, sharing your compassion. It's given. Do this all with full of joy. So what a great opportunity to help others. They are suffering. They want to free from suffering. This is how to do. And I'm doing something. See? So giving dharma, just giving wisdom. Not only just this life's problem to solve, but to solve the problem of the samsara. Showing the path from samsara towards the enlightenment. What greater things you can do than this? It's immense, you see. You are doing this not just for that individual's face, but you are doing this with the mind of bodhicitta. A universal mind. Bodhicitta is, you can say, universal mind. To attain complete Buddhahood for the benefit of all sentient beings. Look at this, how really, great thing this. So we have such kind of this great opportunity, such kind of great, what should say, a wealth of the wisdom is worthwhile to keep. Where to keep is we study, practice. There's nothing else we can do. No? Practice means study to understand, like read this book. Then once you understood, then put into practice for our own benefit, then to help others. See? So to do this, we have a pure motivation. So when you see, when you give wealth, when you give fearlessness, when you give Dharma teachings, we need a pure motivation. If we have impure motivation, say, I want to give this such organization so that I may become famous, or maybe people will, the other people will praise me, or maybe next life, maybe I born as a human life having good wealth. So this is a pure motivation. Or you give some things to harm others. Inferior motivation. Giving impure wealth, say like giving weapons, giving poisons, giving meat, alcohol. Those are not a proper material to give. They will get harm. No. Like if you give fire, like now you see in the Indonesia, all the forests is burned because of fire, So you have to check which is right, not right. So we have to check our motivation, check things what you give, and also look at the recipients who's receiving, if it is a proper vessel or not. So this you see, and then when you give with respect, with a pure mind, repeatedly. If we give with looking down the others, like a beggar, if somebody is begging, then if you look down, oh, this is a beggar, this is such an inferior person, or with anger, sometimes shouting, So this is an improper method. This Dharma teachings also have to see, if they're really interested, our Buddhist teaching is not just to convert into Buddhist. Our interest is to free from samsara. No. So if somebody is not interested, say Buddhist teaching, and you try to influence that person, oh, you must follow Buddhism like this, If they are not interested, so no, please leave me alone, So no, please listen to me, Then it annoys others instead of benefiting, So we have to have a skill, see, to help others. First, ourselves become a good example. See, especially with good moral conduct. Good moral conduct is very important. Then be patient, compassionate, ready to help. So then people say, oh, there's something secret they have. Let's say, what's that? Then we don't talk Buddhism is the best, but say Buddhism has this much thing to offer, to help, based on wisdom, based on compassion. That is, say, universal message. Like this. So it's such a great thing, to do. This is the practice. This, as mentioned, it's a special practice to bring real peace, harmony, no competition. No. In reality, everybody in the samsara need help. No. But sometimes we don't know how to help. So that's why we need good wisdom, education, and then skill, and the bodhicitta. So most important to see. Like Gampopa, he was not going around everywhere, converting into Buddhist. He received complete teaching, all Buddha's teaching, and he himself just practiced for years. And then he's just sit in the mountain, in a small cave. And then when people started coming, he get teachings. And then word of the mouth went round everywhere. They said, there's such great teacher. No, we must go to see him, receive teachings. And he gave teachings, and then started coming. No, likewise, Lord Jigten Sungkun. One time, what he did, because he was enlightened when he was 35, Lord Jigten Sungkun. So because he was enlightened, he can communicate not just only human beings, even animals. One time, a vulture was flying in the sky. He looked and said few things, few words, and the vultures directly landed in front of him. And the vulture was meditating there. And that word of mouth went all over Tibet, to China, to India, and the people are talking about, let's go see the Lama who can speak or who can give the instruction vulture to meditate. No? You see, that time there's no TV, no internet, only word of mouth, which takes days and months, to go around. But still that happens. Thousands of disciples gathered because of the ability to communicate, to express the bodhicitta, which comes down direct to the heart, what people need. So wisdom, compassion, the skill. See, that's what is practice of generosity is. Everybody who appeared there in the presence of those great teachers, they are totally relaxed. They achieve what they desire for. Their desire is fully fulfilled. No? How to achieve total peace and happiness. How to free from suffering. See, there are so many who are wandering here, there, everywhere, to looking for something, never get satisfaction. And these great teachers who have this ability, see, that's why the authentic teacher is so important. See, it's not the title, it's the quality, it's the ability. That's the important. No? So we all should pay attention to this. Don't look for title, this, that. Sit down where you are. Reflect your mind in the Dharma. And bring the wisdom, compassion into your heart. And exercise. and we are getting the message of the Buddha. And then we can pass down to others. That's to how to help the sentient beings. Buddha talked that way to benefit sentient beings, not to convert into Buddhist, not to make a big, large Buddhist community, but to help, to free from samsara. That's what is important, you see. That's what is here talking about, the generosity. How to share the joy, happiness. No? That's why Dharma is so precious. A source of wisdom, a source of courage. No? And that brings the real peace. No? We can't make world peace by chanting mantra. So sometimes we say, let's chant 100 million mantra for the world peace. I don't know how much we can bring that world peace. Even the organization has no peace. No harmony. No? Who organizes that, They are fighting each other. So oh, you see? Yeah, see, that's what it means, you see. It takes time, experience, what really Buddhism means. See, it takes a lot of time to understand, to practice. That's why we need patience, perseverance. God will touch on the subject of the 5 increase and perfection, those 2. This not only just here practice of generosity, it will also go to the next, implies to morality, patience, perseverance, and meditative concentration. So if you know this here well, then we can apply this to others, So even though these 3 categories, 3 generosity practices, they giving wealth, giving fearlessness, giving Dharma teachings, maybe small, but there is a method to increase them, the quality. The Bodhisattva basket, what Buddha's teaching mentions, Shariputra, a wise Bodhisattva, can increase even a small gift of wealth, fearlessness, and Dharma. He or she can increase it through the power of premortal wisdom, 1. Can expand it through the power of discriminating wisdom, 2. And can make it infinite through the power of dedication, 3 methods there. See. First, increasing generosity or moral ethics, patience, so forth, through the power of premortal wisdom, comes from the full realization that is free from the 3 spheres. Free from the 3 spheres. What this means, it comes here next. This is the realization that the giver is like an illusion, giving wealth or fearlessness or Dharma. Person who gives, the giver should see oneself as illusory nature. It just appears there, but very temporary, illusory nature, like a magic show. So we are like that, you see. In our mind, we are so bring together, become so concrete, and it's tangible. All this, in reality, it's just illusory nature. just magic show. So see this. So there's no attachment to oneself. The gift is also like an illusion. The wealth, Dharma teaching, all what you give is also just illusion. No attachment. Most important, the idea is no attachment. No. And then the third, and the recipient is like an illusion. The person who receives this also like just magic show, illusionary nature. So this is called free from the three spheres. So your mind is completely free. You are doing this out of great wisdom for the benefit of all sentient beings who have not realized like this. No. So this way, see the primordial wisdom is mind. Primordially, your mind is in that nature. This way, it will increase your deeds. Infinite as there are sentient beings in the world. Second, the wisdom awareness. Second, in order for one to receive a great amount of merit from the generosity, moral ethics, so forth, understand that they are increased by the power of the wisdom awareness. In any kind of generosity practice, these three and others, if first you do it with the intention of giving things, wealth, or dharma, or keeping the moral ethics, so forth, in order to establish all sentient beings in the state of enlightenment, not your benefit. I'm doing this for all other sentient beings, not just benefit, but also to attain Buddhahood. See, that's, as I mentioned, is the objective goal of our Dharma practice. See, so you are not attached to this. See, then in the middle, is when you're actual giving without attachment for the gift, Dharma, wealth, or keeping moral ethics, practicing patience. Then at the end, free from expectation of any result. I have given this, what kind of people will give me back, or they should praise me, they should say nice things about me because I did this wonderful thing, Should free from this expectation, attachment, expectation of any result. You will receive the great merit of generosity without expectation. It's already just began, just immense, infinite qualities you have accreted. It's just there. The condensed perfection of wisdom sutra says one should remain without attachment to the gift. Also, one should not expect a result. Therefore, if one gives everything with great skills based on wisdom and compassion, skill, there will be infinite virtue even if one's gift is small. Even you give a small thing, even you make just one lamp offering to Buddha, one piece of flower to Buddha, you do this for the benefit of all sentient beings. By this power, may everybody free from samsara, achieve enlightenment, and just appreciate, rejoice your deed, and that itself becomes the infinite deed. Because your mind is rich to the every sentient beings. Because your mind is rich to the Buddhahood. See, that's the reasons. Third, making generosity infinite through the power of dedication. Now, at the end, dedication. Even though there's no expectation, but dedicate. See, they say it increases infinitely if one dedicates this generosity practice. Now, this here relates to the generosity, but also, as I mentioned, moral, ethics, patience, perseverance, meditative concentrations, to the unsurpassable enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings. Simply, I do this, every sentient being to achieve enlightenment. Every sentient being may get benefit from this for their enlightenment. The Bodhisattva Bhumi says, one should not practice generosity by looking at the result. Means, as I mentioned, by giving this wealth, may I become rich. By giving this wealth, may I become famous. Not like that kind of result. All the generosity practices should be dedicated to unsurpassable, perfect, complete enlightenment. So complete Buddhahood. Dedication not only increases generosity, but also causes to become inexhaustible, cannot be exhausted. As I mentioned, our mind expanded to the limitless, to the sentient beings and Buddhahood. The Akshayamati Requested Sutra says, Shariputra, for example, a drop of water dropped in the ocean will not be exhausted until the end of the kalpa, until the world is exhausted, destroyed. Likewise, when one dedicates the root of the virtue, means any virtue, giving wealth, giving fearlessness, giving dharma, or giving moral ethics, practice of patience, perseverance, meditative concentrations, that root of virtue to enlightenment, it will not be exhausted between now and when one achieves the heart of enlightenment, when complete Buddhahood, will not exhaust it in between. Means that result will continue until one becomes the Buddha. Again, say it. First of all, from the broad point of view, say everything functions within the framework of causality. See, that's why Buddha explained all the details of the cause of suffering, cause of happiness. So, we should have that very kind of good understanding about that. It's not just one thing. It's not just one condition, one cause. What here saying is that when you practice this dedication with bodhicitta, based on wisdom and compassion, not for your own benefit, then if you have such kind of broad mind, as like the space, then that itself is a cause to achieve Buddhahood. So, the heart of achieve the heart of enlightenment. Not necessarily in one lifetime, but it will become a cause to achieve enlightenment. It may take many lifetimes. Now, for example, Buddha himself, it took him to attain Buddhahood 3 limitless eons. So we should not be so, I don't know. In other words, I should say, we should be very realistic. Look at our own mind and say, how much my mind is in the bodhicitta you know, and how much my mind is going in the wrong direction, you know. Yes, you know, there's no magic, you know. But this will become a cause, no matter how long it takes time, will become a cause to attain Buddhahood. Like I said, you know, ocean, if you drop a drop of water, no, drop in the ocean, until the ocean is destroyed, the drop of water will stay, no. So, see, even we have a small amount of virtue, if you dedicate with bodhicitta, will become such, no, will stay until one becomes Buddha. That doesn't mean you will achieve Buddha over one lifetime or two lifetime. It is possible. No, it's possible even instantly. Yes, one moment is possible. One life is possible. 100 lifetime is possible. You know, and 100,000 lifetime is possible. But it will become a cause to achieve enlightenment. See, as you remember at the beginning, a disconnected family, a man, even that person so disconnected, like there's no hope. But if he throws or make an offering, a flower offering, looking at the Buddha, it will become a cause him to achieve enlightenment. And he says, it will be a long time, but eventually, you know. So look at this. So there's always hope. Okay. Next, maybe I want to read these the 5, 6 here. Perfection. Concerning the perfect purification of generosity. The collection of transcendental instruction says, if one acts with the emptiness and the essence of compassion, all the merit will be purified. Because our mental afflictions are not there. No? Our mind is in the state of the wisdom and compassion. No? So therefore, the merit will be pure, see, clean. So when this generosity, as well next, see, moral ethics, so forth, practices are supported by emptiness, they will not become a cause of samsara. See. When they are supported by compassion, they will not become a cause of the lesser vehicle. They will become a cause only for the achievement of non-abiding nirvana. Non-abiding nirvana is Buddhahood. Therefore, they are pure. It's pure, that is the meaning, you know. Supported by emptiness means, according to the Ranakutta requested sutra, that the practice of generosity should be stamped, sealed by the 4 seals of emptiness. It is said this way: one should practice generosity with the 4 seals. What are these 4? One should be sealed by the pervading emptiness of the inner body. As earlier mentioned, our body is illusory nature, emptiness. Sealed by the emptiness of the outer wealth, whatever wealth you are giving, or the moral ethics, what you are practicing, is also nature of emptiness. Sealed by the emptiness of this subjective mind, the mind what is going to give, so I am giving this, that mind is also illusory nature, emptiness. And sealed by the emptiness of the Dharma of the enlightenment. The enlightenment, Buddhahood, is also state of the emptiness, all pervasive. One should practice seal with these 4. So when we do this practice, that will not become a cause to be the result rise in the samsara. No? Generosity is supported by compassion, means giving things or practicing moral ethics because you cannot bear the suffering of sentient beings, individually or in general. There are some individuals who are suffering so much, or overall, all sentient beings in the samsara, suffering is immense. So to free all those sentient beings from suffering, with the bodhicitta mind, you exercise giving, generosity, practicing moral ethics, so forth. So these two, when you have those two understanding, realization of emptiness, and supported by the compassion, then this will become a cause to achieve or attain complete Buddhahood. Will not cause neither samsara nor just partial nirvana. No. So see, this practice of generosity is not just only giving here in the bodhicitta practice. As you can see, it has complete form of practice. There's a practice of generosity, there's a practice of the moral ethics, there's a practice of patience, perseverance, meditative concentration, and full realization of emptiness. So that way it becomes a complete path to achieve the Buddhahood. So see, so these last two, as I want to mention, is because of this, no? Not just giving something, no? So if we have the bodhicitta, and then there is every opportunity, even just practice of generosity. If you give $1 or one medicine pill, one verse of Dharma teaching, there is a great opportunity to manifest infinite. So that's what's called skill of the Buddha's teaching. So Buddha giving us this kind of great opportunity. Now Bodhisattva should have a skill how to practice this. See? Then result, there's two results. Because of all this combination now complete, the ultimate result to attain Buddhahood. No? Through this practice, one will achieve Buddhahood. Then, relative on the way to Buddha, because of your exercising all this great opportunity, making space, everyone, then say even without expectation, the result will manifest. No, life after life, until you become Buddha. So this is the 12th chapter dealing with the profession of generosity from the Jewel Ornament of Liberation, the wish-fulfilling gem of the noble teachings. Now you can see real is a wish-fulfilling gem, you know. And how it becomes the ornament for the liberation, you see. First let him translate, then we'll discuss. Oh? Inner, no, what is it? Is it inner body? One should be sealed by the pervading emptiness of the inner bodies. There are these inner bodies. This body, our body is in the physical. Yes. Let me read. You see. One should seal by the pervading emptiness of the inner body, sealed by the emptiness of the outer wealth. See, that's called outer wealth. And sealed by the emptiness of the subjective mind, and sealed by the emptiness of the Dharma, of enlightenment. Yes, inner body. This is our body here. In this case. Physical body. Yeah, physical body. Because this is outer body. This is outer body, you know. This is outer body. This is inner body. Yes, yes.
What do you mean by silver, the emptiness of the subjective mind? What do you mean specifically by subjective mind? Do you mean the analytical mind? Do you mean the rationalization? Do you mean by the psychology are all illusory in nature, in reality?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see. Thank you, Rinpoche.
Yes. Mind is the subjective mind is the mind is the one who's giving, isn't it? The mind is the thinking, I'm giving. That's a subjective. Yeah, in this or so the mind, say, your motivation of your mind, so I'm giving this. But that also realize is nothing but emptiness. All three or four, whatever.
But even if supported by evidence?
Even by what?
Evidence.
Everything.
By evidence.
Every day.
Evidence.
Evidence.
Medical evidence, psychological evidence, archaeological evidence, or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all these things basically is emptiness, no? It's outer, inner, basically, no? So, but when you do things, we have this duality. See, you, me, interaction. See, no? So this all the duality. When you have the duality, then there's dualist thought, right, wrong, all these things, like, dislike. In here saying, now you should see all as a just display through the causes and conditions. So there's outer there, outside, inside, you know. But this all just the mind, body, when the physical body means I'm giving you this with my hand. It's called inner body, you know. Then the mind is thinking, I'm giving. And then you are thinking the other person is receiving. See? So all this is just play in the emptiness. So no attachment, no any expectation. Simply all sentient beings to free from samsara, achieve enlightenment. For that reason, I'm practicing this. There's nothing to gain for myself. No? So that's how it is playing of the emptiness. When we realize.
Rinpoche, in the context of the pharmaceutical industry, all the evidence collected are based on experiments, trials, double-blind trial, and stringent processes before they are approved by the FDA, and all for the benefit of sentient being itself. So how do you explain that is this illusory in nature?
Because of illusory nature, you get the benefit. Yeah. Because of illusory nature, the flowers grow. If it's not illusory, it's very real, flower cannot grow. No, same. You know, I'm just giving an example. You see, because of illusory nature, when we eat, we get something. But since it is illusory, again we go back to hungry. You see, it's lunchtime, you know. Yeah, this is see, the Buddhism is just profound. You see, we understand how much layers are there. You know, one after another. It's our mind. How much we can penetrate, step by step, through the experience. Oh, we need a lot of experiences. Then at the end, we will really rejoice the profundity nature of the mind. And how Buddha talked this step by step. Oh, it's amazing, you know. Because see, scientists, look at the scientists, how much they have discovered, but still not finished. You know, they are going through again and again and again. It's because this shows the profundity of all the phenomena, profundity of the mind. No? See, Buddha, without our own investigation, fully discovered through three limitless eons, you see, finally discovered everything. So then Buddha said, I'm enlightened, which is very profound, free from elaboration, uncontrived. It's difficult to understand if I explain. I should stay quiet. You know? Then they said, no, please don't stay quiet. Please give us teachings, you know. Then started Buddha giving teaching for 45 years. No? If it is simple, why not just in one lesson, you know? So this is this Gampopa's teaching, you see, how it's laid out so skillfully, you know, step by step, like giving from wealth, simple thing. Then, see, many layers, you see, yeah. Okay, now please, now we are for lunch, you see. Please take a deep breath and exhale all our tension, physically, mentally. And then, during this time, whatever kind of tips, wisdom, benefit we got, so I share this to all the sentient beings to attain Buddhahood. So I will continue to practice the bodhicitta. And then from this, I will get all the benefit. At the same time, I will share to other sentient beings. Okay, thank you.
愿以此功德普济于一切众生与我等，皆共成佛道。